Hello everyone, welcome to Auto All About. So for today's video, we have the all-new 2021-2022 model year Peugeot 508 GT line. In fact, there is a new model coming out sometime in 2022, but this is the one currently selling as the 2021-2022 model here in UAE. And this is the top of the line GT trim level. The price is around 140,000 dirhams, and our tester has got a beautiful color called Twilight Blue. That looks amazing for this car. Now talking about the Peugeot 508 series, when they launched the redesigned model back in 2019, it was coupled with a 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder which was producing around 165 horsepower only, even in the GT trim level. But for the current model year, Peugeot has reworked the engine and upgraded the power output to 217 horsepower. So currently we have two options. The basic one will come with the same old 1.6 liter turbo with the 165 horsepower, and this GT line will be coming with a 217 horsepower output. That makes this car a fun to drive one. So in today's video we will have a full in-depth review of the 508 GT with a test drive. So let's have a look at the exterior first. So talking about the 508 exterior, first of all, this car is a really sporty and aggressive looking car, and one of the major attractions here are these two vertical daytime running lamps that makes this car even more aggressive looking. So talking about this headlamps design, this is full LED headlamps from Peugeot with automatic high beam function. There is no visible fog lamps available here. There are front mounted parking sensors and this beautiful grille with some aluminum insert and the Peugeot logo, and there is a front mounted camera as well. On top we have a 508 badging. You can see on the hood there are two sharp design lines to make this car more aggressive looking. So overall front end design is done very nicely. On top of the windshield we have another camera that helps in the driver assistance functions of this car, such as the line positioning assist and line keep assist. Now coming towards the sides, the car has got kind of a sport back design at the rear end and a sporty and sleek looking design from the sides. We have here piano black rear view mirrors with the LED indicator lamps on the side. Now talking about the wheels, here we have 18-inch diamond cut wheels available for this GT line, which comes with 235 series tires and disc brakes are standard and on all four wheels. On the sides we can see there are another two sharp lines going all the way to the rear end. Door lock and unlock functions are available in all four door handles, and those comes with body color. Another attraction here is this beautiful frameless windows, and we have a large sunroof available. Even though it is not a panoramic one, it's a really large one. A GT badging is given on the C-pillar. The fuel filler cap is on the right side, which is a push to open kind of one if the doors are unlocked. Now coming towards the rear end also done in a sporty manner, and these lights are kind of front DRLs. It's always on if the ignition is on, and there's a Peugeot badging and 508 badging given there. Dual exhausts are available with some parking sensors. There you can see there is a reverse lamp and fog lamps are given at the bottom of the bumper. There is a rear view camera, and the trunk release button is given below the Peugeot logo, or else you can have a foot gesture control if the key fob is within your pocket. So the trunk is a fully electronic one, and the capacity here is around 430 liters. There is a 8-inch subwoofer, part of the focal audio system. A spare tire is available, and you can see there is an access from the rear seats, and also the seats are 60/40 foldable, and that makes the trunk capacity even bigger. So to close the trunk we can press this button, and to turn off the gesture control we can press this button, or it can be done from the infotainment system. So now let's take a listen to the exhaust of this car. Now let's take a look at the engine bay. So as I told you earlier, this car is powered with a Peugeot PureTech 4-cylinder 1.6 liter, which produces 217 horsepower and 300 Nm of torque, mated with an 8-speed automatic gearbox. The car has got a top speed of around 248 km per hour, and the 0 to 60 comes in around 8 seconds. So now let's take a look at the interior of the car. So before that, here is the key fob of the car, and it has got three. It's a pretty simple one with the Peugeot logo on the back end, and we have the lock, unlock and the trunk opening button. And if you press and hold the lock or unlock button, that will lower or raise up the windows. That's a nice function. So the car has got keyless entry, that also available in all 4 doors. So there is a lock button to lock the car on the door handle, and simply grab the door handle to unlock the car. So once we open up the door, as I told you before, there's a beautiful frameless door design here. So on top of the door panel, we have all soft touch materials here, kind of a fake carbon fiber trim also given. At the bottom we have some hard touch plastic with some nice storage spaces. Napa leather wrapped handrest here. All 4 windows comes with automatic up and down function. There is a mirror control given here, and the scroll lock is given over here. There is a tutor and a speaker, part of the 10-speaker focal audio system. Now looking at the interior of the 508, so the seats in this particular model is finished in Napa leather. That also a red color one. Here is the adjustment for the headrest, and the seats are heated one. Comes with a massage function. This is a switch for the massage function, and the type of massages can be selected from the infotainment screen. And the front portion of the seats are adjusted manually with the control over here. And here we have 2% memory settings, and the power adjustment controls are given over here. Overall, it's a sporty and premium seats. So let's step inside and take a detailed look at the rest of the interior. So here we are in the interior of the new 508 GT. The overall front dashboard design is called iCockpit design, and that looks really stunning. It's a completely extraordinary interior which we can't see in any other cars in this category. And the steering wheel itself here is a special one. It's a comparatively smaller steering wheel. Comes with the top and bottom and flattened design. So that's because, unlike the other cars, the instrument cluster here is kind of a head-up display. That means we have to look at the instrument cluster through the top of the steering wheel. That's why they have gone for a flat top design for this particular steering wheel. The steering wheel itself is finished with the leather and some piano black elements. Very beautifully done and very premium looking interior. So the basic details first. Here we have a 12.3-inch instrument cluster and a 10-inch touchscreen Peugeot Connect infotainment system. The overall dash design is done really beautifully and in a sporty and aggressive way. The air outlets are nicely integrated with the design of the dashboard. On the top we have some soft touch materials everywhere. Only at the bottom side we can feel some hard touch plastic. There is piano black center console available here, and that carbon fiber design continues everywhere on top of the dash. So if we come up to the left side, here we have 3 controls. One is for the trunk release. If you press this 2 times, the trunk will be released. And here is a line keep assist off function, and this control here is for the line positioning system. That is somewhat similar to the line keep assist. The camera mounted on the windshield will scan the road lines and keeps the car in position. But the difference between these two systems is the line keep assist is kind of an always on function in this particular car. If you want to turn off, we can turn it off from here, and also that will not be working as a fully autonomous system. And if we don't have the hands on the steering column, the car will turn off that function with a warning. But in the line positioning system, that works in coordination with the adaptive cruise control. These are the controls for the cruise control for the car. So if you have the adaptive cruise control on and this function is enabled, that means the car can drive itself and keep the car in between the lines in the motorways. So that is a really nice function. Now comes to the steering column. The column is manually adjustable with tilt and telescopic controls. So on the left side of the column, we have the cruise control switch here. So this has basically two functions. Here in this position we are in the limit function. So in the instrument cluster we can select any desired speed. That buttons are given at the back side of that same column. So here you can plus and minus, and we can set desired speed. At that speed the car will limit the acceleration automatically. And if you put it into cruise mode, it works like any normal cruise control. We can again use the up and down buttons behind to adjust the speed, and this button is the one for the adaptive cruise control. You can adjust the distance from the front car or the front, you can adjust the distance between our car and the vehicle in the front side. With the press of this button we will have some 2 or 3 modes here: close, distant or normal. So that we can adjust from here and push this button to enable the cruise control. Pretty simple controls. And we have a column mounted paddle shifters available here. Then we have the lighting control stack. So it has got the indicators, and the fog lamp of the front and rear controls are given here. And then we have the automatic headlamp controls. Comes along with the high beam assist. On the other side we have the automatic wiper control stack. Now comes to the steering wheel itself. We have a beautiful Peugeot logo in the center with the Peugeot lighting, and the GT line badging is given at the bottom. On the left side we have some media controls. Basically the volume controls are given on the left side as a button, and there is a voice command function. And then here this one is the one to adjust the type of instrument cluster views. So if you go to the instrument cluster, as I told you, it's a completely configurable 12.3-inch instrument cluster. So if you scroll with this button on the right side, it will be showing different modes. And right now it is in a personal mode. In this personal mode, we can configure what should be displayed on the left and right side. Currently it is showing the G meter on the right side and driving assistance warnings on the left side. It can be adjusted through the infotainment system. So if you go further, we have a minimum mode. In that it will show only the minimal items in the center. Then we have the dials mode if you want a traditional analog looking dials. So the next one will be a driving mode. In that mode it will be displaying kind of another design of dials on the right and left side for the speedo and the tachometers. Then we have a navigation mode in which we will have the map showing in the center. So those are the type of instrument clusters we can select in this particular model. So on the left and right side we have the fuel and temperature gauges as standard, and on the top side we have some warning lights as standard, and at the bottom we have the odometer reading as standard. So now coming to the other side of the steering wheel, we have the next and previous tracks controlled through this scroll button here. Even if you are in the radio station, it will go to the next station, or else if you are playing music, it will go to the next track. And the list function will bring us the list of audio tracks or the list of radio stations stored. And the source selection button is given here, and a call answering button is also given on the steering column. So now coming towards the center of the car, in the top we have a hazard lamp. Doors lock or unlock button is given on the center as well. as I told you earlier, this is a 10-inch Peugeot Connect infotainment system. We have some physical controls given at the bottom, which basically brings up different menus. So the left one is the media, in which we can go for the radio, or you can go to different sources as per the availability. The controls are pretty simple. If you want to go to the settings or different options, we can click the options, and there we are bringing the different menus. If you want to go to the audio settings, you can go from here, and the audio controls are given with the different sub menus at the bottom. Now currently we are in the ambience menu. We can adjust, it's basically an equalizer settings. Next one is a balance menu. Here we can adjust the volume of the center speaker as well as the subwoofer level. We can adjust from here. Then we have the different sound and tone settings, etc. So that's it. On the left and right side, always it will be showing the temperature of the dual zone automatic air conditioning. If you want to bring up the air conditioning, simply press the temperature and adjust it from here. Or else, if you want a detailed HVAC menu, click on the AC tab here. That will bring us this menu. From here we can we can put the AC into auto, or we can adjust the temperature, and if you want to go to the settings of the AC, you can go from here. So right now in this mono mode, the driver and passenger temperature will be adjusted at the same time. If you want to adjust the temperature separately, you can simply turn off the mono mode. Okay, then there is one air quality system, kind of a filter system inside, and we can decide in the auto mode at which level the fan should run. Currently it is in the fast mode. If you want, you can adjust it into different levels from here. So the next one is the navigation tab. It's a simple basic navigation, not that fast, but still a usable one. Anyways, the car comes with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so we can connect our phone and use that navigation if you want. So the next one is a car settings tab. In this we have two sub menus. There's the vehicle settings and the driving functions. If you go to the driving functions, it controls the different driver assistance functions of the car. On the top we have the parking sensors on-off button, traction control on-off button, and under inflation initialization, that is basically a tire pressure monitoring system. And if you want a full vehicle checkup, we can simply press on this tab to have a look at that. And there is automatic high beam function on-off button available here. Parking assistance function is here. If you want to simply turn on the camera, you can launch it from here. As I told you, there is a 180-degree camera system. There is only two cameras in this car, one on the front, one on the rear, and it mimics the 360-degree system by stitching that images. So simply, if you drive the car, you can see the front camera covers that portion, and now we are getting kind of a 360-degree view. That's how the Peugeot and Opel camera systems works. So going back to the settings, we have the parking sensors on-off button. Yeah, the remaining we have already been covered. And the next one is a vehicle settings. In that we have parking settings available, blocking the door. This is automatic mirror folding function. We can turn on and off from here. Mirror adaptation in reverse is basically, if you put the car into reverse, the rear view mirrors will tilt downwards a little bit for us to have a better view at the ground. Then we have the headlight controls, guide me home, welcome light, directional headlamps, adaptive rear lighting system. That is basically a lighting system that detects the fog and automatically turns on the fog lamp. Then we have comfort settings here. Mode lighting can be turned on and off. It's a single color mode lighting, goes all over from here to the dashboard. That's the brightness of the system can be adjusted from here. Then we have different settings such as the door unlock, only driver side door we can keep, or all four doors we can unlock at one time. Same for the boot. Then there's the motorized tailgate on and off, hands-free opening on and off. All these functions can be controlled from here. If you go to the safety settings, we have the advanced safety brake system available for this car, and some settings of that can be accessed from here. So the distance and all can be controlled from this menu. Then we have a speed recommendation. There is actually this front camera reads the road signs, and it will show over here what is the recommended speed in this particular road. And then there is a driver attention warning. That also basically, if you are not controlling the steering wheel properly, it will suggest us to take rest. And there is a traffic sign recognition, as I told you earlier. Blind spot monitoring also available here. On the mirrors we can see there is a blind spot warning given there. So those are the vehicle settings. Then the next one is a phone tab, and after that we have some application tab. Here we have the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto and the Peugeot connected apps. There is a Peugeot mobile app available. We can download that one and use with the car. Actually inside the car we have, and if you go here we can see there is a Wi-Fi system available in this car. We can connect with our phone or any other Wi-Fi network and use it in the car, so that the car app functions and all will work properly. The next one, the last one, is a profile tab. In this particular car we can select different profiles and we can rename the profile and use it. That means if the car is being driven by multiple persons, each one of them can set their own profiles. In that profile it will include the color theme of the infotainment system. We can select between two colors, and the audio settings also will be saved in different profiles. So that's a nice touch. And other than that, we have the time and outside temperatures displayed over here. There is a manual volume adjustment with a mute button in the center. There are a few capacitive touch physical buttons given at the bottom. 3-level seat heatings are part of that, and there is a defogger and air recirculation button is given here. Then the rear defogger, HVAC off button, and the passenger seat heating seats. Now coming towards the center console, as I told you, it's finished in leather on the sides and piano black in the center. The beautifully finished 8-speed automatic gear shifter. To shift the gear, basically press the unlock button and put it into drive or reverse, and to put it into park, simply press the P button. There is an automatic parking function available in this car. To launch the function, the car should be in drive mode and it will display this menu on the screen. We have options like entry and exit on the top. If you have entry, multiple entry options are there: parallel parking left, parallel parking right, perpendicular parking left, perpendicular parking right. These are the options available. Simply press that button and drive the car to scan for the parking. Then once the parking is detected, simply press on that parking spot, and then the car will give you some instructions and it will park automatically. So on top of the gear shifter we have a drive mode selector. If you press up and down, we will have normal, eco and sport and manual modes available here. In the manual mode, the transmission will be controlled through the paddle shifters here. Then there is an engine start stop button also given in the center console area. There's a nice storage space with a 12-volt adapter given here, and 2 cup holders also having that mode lighting inside. If you look at the bottom of the center console, there is a wireless phone charging option available there with 2 USBs, and this one on the driver side is being used for the wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and the other one can be used for the passengers electronic device charging and all. A nicely spaced glove box is also available here. Now talking about the center console storage, it's once we opened it, there is a light available here. It's a considerably large storage space. On top we have a frameless rear view mirror that comes with an automatic dimming function, and here we have some warnings for all 5 seat belts inside the car. And here we have some capacitive touch lights, and if you want to turn on all the lights, we can simply press here. And then there is a sunroof control, so shade can be controlled from this button and the sunroof can be opened using the other button. The sunshades comes with illuminated vanity mirrors and some card holders. That is the overall front cabin design of the 508. Now let's step into the rear side and have a look at the rear space. So once we open the rear door, similar finishes as the front side. We have all soft touch materials with the leather finish and the window controls. Again, one more tutor and a speaker, part of the 10-speaker audio system. Now looking inside, this is the rear seats layout similar to the front one. Let's step inside and see. So this is the leg space available. Now the front seat is adjusted to my height. I am 6 feet tall and my legs are nearly touching the front seats. So the space is slightly cramped for people like me. Even my head is touching the roof line. As I told you, the car has got a sloping roof line, so they have given some kind of a hump design here to increase the headroom, but still it's not that adequate for adults with height up to 6 feet. So the seats are really comfortable. In fact, here comes along with a handrest in the center with 2 cup holders, and here there is an access to the trunk also given here. We have 2 rear AC vents. At the bottom we have 2 USBs to charge the electronic devices. There are some nice storage pockets given also here. On the top again some capacitive touch lights are given there. Some hooks are given for hanging the clothes. So this is a look of the iCockpit from the rear end. Really nice car. In fact, if you are looking for a car for the family, like 2 adults and children, this is a perfect car, we can say. So that's it. Now let's drive the 508 GT and see how it performs. So driving the 508s, for first thing first, let's try a quick 0 to 60. So currently we are in the sport mode. Let's try that. Okay, so that was 100 km/h. As told earlier, it comes at around 8 seconds. So even that's great compared to the previous generation models of the 508, because this 217 horsepower engine makes it really fun to drive. Actually, I like this car to drive, especially in this sport mode. So that sporty characteristics are there, that which we can really feel. So talking about the rest. Now, first of all, I want to talk about the comfort level inside this car. The HVAC system is really fine. The seats are really comfortable. Along with this massage function, it's a really comfortable ride available in this car. So once we press the massage function, here we have a menu pops out in the infotainment system. There we can select the different type of massage which we want. So the level of massage also we can select from here. And now talking about the rest, visibility of the car is also pretty good, we can say. And another thing is the reachability. Everything is in a reachable position here. Even though the infotainment system and the controls takes a while to get used to, it's all easily accessible and will not distract the driver from the while driving. In sport mode, we can feel the engine noise slightly inside the cabin. Otherwise, the car is very quiet. Even the road noise and wind noise is controlled, and controlled in a very good manner. The car has got a really nice sound isolation. So even though the car is priced in a slightly higher range, it gives all that premium quality inside the cabin, and inside and outside, we can say. Now talking about the driver assistance systems available in this car, as I told you, the car comes with a line keep assist and a line positioning system. So as you can see, the car controls itself, and the system works really fine actually. Even the adaptive cruise control works really fine. It has got automatic stop and go function. So that adaptive cruise control along with the line positioning system makes this car somewhat like a autonomous driving car. So another thing to talk is about the audio system. I love the audio system inside this car. It's been tuned by Focal. It has got 2 speakers each in all 4 doors, and there is one center speaker and an 8-inch woofer in the trunk. It's a really good audio system. It has got that good amount of punch in the bass, and almost we can feel like a surround audio system. It has a 12-channel audio output. So overall, the audio system is a really nice one. So the 508 GT line is a good option to consider for people who want a French sporty mid-size sedan, and it gives good value for money at the price point with all the comfort levels and all the performance it has got. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll be back with some new review videos soon. Till then, take care, drive safe, and goodbye.